If you are stuck trying to understand why something happened to you, I have a story to tell you. So, there was a young boy, and he came across a wild dog one day. And this dog wasn't looking fierce. In fact, he gravitated towards the boy, and the boy felt this instant connection with the dog. So, he adopted him and started taking good care of him, feeding him, giving him a lot of love. But fast forward a couple of years, the boy started noticing some strange behavior from the dog. It started snapping at small things day to day, getting a little bit aggressive, and he even bit another dog while on one of the walks. But then it would go right back to being calm. So the boy didn't even think to question it. It just became a part of what he was used to. He thought, there's no way this dog would misbehave with me. He's always been a friendly, lovable dog that would never do me wrong. Until one day, the dog bit the boy and ran off. In physical pain, the boy sat there, confused, trying to make sense of it. Why would it do that to me? I took good care of it. I thought it loved me. It was so well behaved for years. How could it just do this to me? And he kept replaying it over and over. But what he was neglecting was the wound the dog placed on his arm. As the days passed, the wound was getting worse. It started to spread, but the boy was so engulfed in his emotional pain, ruminating, just trying to figure out why did this have to happen to him. Eventually, his father took him to a doctor. And when the doctor asked him what happened, he told the doctor the whole story. And the doctor told him, that is very unfortunate that this happened to you. But while you were sitting there trying to understand why it happened, your wound was getting worse and worse. So when something painful happens in our lives, a lot of us end up like that boy, understandably so. And at first, it's normal to try to understand how something so unfair, so unexpected could happen to us. And we feel the emotions, we sit with it, we try to understand it, all healthy responses. But there is a point where it stops becoming processing and starts becoming rumination, where you are just replaying the same scenario in your head over and over again, trying to make sense of something that you will never get an answer for. Instead of treating the wound, the pain that you're feeling. When something painful happens in our lives, we have two options. You can stay there, replaying it, trying to understand it, or you can start focusing on healing, on choosing yourself. Sometimes the thing painful is the person who loved you deeply, who one day decides they don't want you in their life anymore. Sometimes it's the life you were born into, the abusive parents you did not choose, the alcoholism that runs in your family. And sometimes it is even bigger than that. An unexpected diagnosis of you or a loved one that just doesn't make any sense when you were completely healthy and were doing all the right things to mitigate this illness. These are things in life that we do not consciously choose. And trying to figure out why will not heal the wound. It is not your fault that whatever has happened in your life happened. But it is your responsibility to take care of yourself after and maybe even become a better person from it. Because while you are sitting there and replaying it and trying to make sense of your situation, your wound is still open. And moving on doesn't mean whatever happened in your past or what is still going on in your life does not matter. It just means that you are choosing yourself and you are choosing to heal. It's to accept what happened, even if it doesn't make sense, and to create your own closure and to slowly rebuild your life that is not centered around the pain.